we then, later on that year, we had our first incident. As I said, we were on the railway. Our camp was on the railway, and we were in the canteen one night, usual boozing up, and we hear the shooting down the railway line, and there was flames everywhere, so we thought, well, it's none of our business, you see, already. And carry on drinking. Then the orderly sergeant turned up, and he said, we've got to go down there. He said, that train is being ambushed by terrorists, and we've got to go and relieve it. And we grumbled about it, of course, but we piled into a lorry, and we drove down the road alongside the railway, and we came across this train, this goods train, and it had petrol wagons, 3 petrol wagons, they were, I remember precisely. They were all on fire, they'd been shot at, and there were great gobbets of flame coming out from the top, and it was November the 5th, that's why I remember it. Anyway, we stopped the truck, and we all got out, and we got our weapons out, and advanced in line abreast across this field towards this train. The steam was, it still had the engine running, so to speak. There was steam coming out of the funnel, and we marched across. And when we got close to it, we saw these figures standing around. You see, they were Palestine police guards on the train. I remember one of our blokes shouted out, "Hands up!" and they all dropped their rifles. Bit of fun, a bit of humour come in. Anyway, we got there and decided that the terrorists had gone, or they were no longer active, and we went about the business of separating the blazing petrol wagons from the others, uncoupling them, which we managed to do, actually. And while they were doing this, we discovered, I discovered a bomb on the line, down by the engine. There were 2 of our people there trying to uncouple the engine from the tender. I don't know why, because it wasn't going to serve any useful purpose. And while I was standing there, I saw this thin red line, you might say, across this big field, which was on the right hand side, and I wondered what it was, and I followed it up, and it came right up to where I was standing. And there was this piece of sacking, and I suddenly realised what it was. It was gelatinite, you see. Now, gelatinite has to be detonated with has to be sent off with a detonator. It won't go off any other way. What I saw was this detonator on the wire, but they obviously hadn't had time to explode it. What you see on the film, where they plunge the thing down, the electrical circuit goes through, activates the detonator and blows it up. And then I experienced what I later discovered was total and utter fear. Your lips go dry, and a funny feeling comes over you, and I stared down at this. I was literally standing on the damn thing, and I looked at it for a few seconds, and then I said to one of these guys who was trying to uncouple it, I said, "Look, there's a bloody bomb down here," and he came out. I remember him clearly. His name was Harvey, and he was a little guy from Manchester, and his glasses were all on the end of his nose, and I can still see him now. He peered over the top now, and he bloody hell, he's and down the embankment went I, shouting out, there's a bomb, you see," and all of our people, together with the one or 2 Palestine police, they all started to run. This officer who was in there, he was twice my age, he caught me up and passed me, he could run by. And after we'd all run about 50 or 60 yards, we all suddenly stopped, you see. It suddenly occurred to us that if the bomb was going to go off, it would have gone off by now. So we stopped and looked rather sheepish. You could even laugh in situations like this. And the police inspector who was there, he got hold of the wire and he pulled the detonator out and made it safe. And reinforcements arrived. There was a patrol of paratroopers arrived, and 1 or 2 more people and that sort of thing. And after we'd done our bit, we decided to go home, go back to bed, so we did, we left them to it. Well, that was November the 5th. We had a very active week that week, because on the following Sunday, we were playing football, as usual, in the camp, and we suddenly got an Arab boy came running down to say that there's a bomb in the station, you see, in the railway station. What had happened was that an apparent Palestine police vehicle came down with 2 policemen in it, both of whom turned out to be terrorists in disguise. And they planted this bomb in a suitcase in the station. And they told the station master, the Arab station master, whose family lived there with them, that it was going to go off at 12:30. This was about, and we got news of it about 12:20. He immediately started to pack his things up and look after his family. He didn't bother to go and tell us. Well, with 10 minutes to spare, it was frantic. We found a length of rope, and one of the guys went in and tied it to the handle of the suitcase, you see, and they pulled it out. Some of the blokes got to the end of the rope, the rest of us went further down the road, about 50 yards away, to see what happened. Well, I don't think we expected the explosion to be as big as it was, but when it went, they got this suitcase to the door of the station, it exploded, and it literally blew the station to pieces. Everything, there was nothing left but a pile of bricks and rubble. I can still see it when I close my eyes, and we all died to the ground, you see, and stuff was pouring down, and when it stopped, we got up, and there was this great cloud of dust there, and there was it killed one of our Sudanese supernumeraries, who was sort of a paramilitary person, and injured about 6 British guys. But everybody, they're dead quiet after that. You know, once it's happened, you don't really know what to do. And but amazing how word gets around. In no time at all, Palestine police were on the scene, and we were isolated there. How the hell they got to know about it so quickly, I don't know, but they did. And the way they turned up, we took the dead man, well, it wasn't dead then, but he was clearly going to die, to the RAF station where there was a medical officer. And he took one look at him and he said, "I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for him. He's dead, he's dying." And they took him off to a hospital. The other 6 blokes waited, we got ambulances for them. One of them was quite badly injured. His leg was almost off, in fact. You know, it was a pretty bad thing. And I never saw him again. They flew him back to England. But the others all recovered. They were in hospital for a few weeks, but they all recovered. Mostly blast, it wasn't shock that they got. So that week was very eventful, and we survived it, and cursed. You know, it was exciting as well as everything else, frightening as well. But as I say, I experienced absolute fear for the first time over that bomb, and then this other damn bomb, you know, in the space of a few days. But then after we got back into the regular routine of people being ambushed and buildings being blown up and so on and so forth. And this went on through 1946 to 1947. And I still kept getting invited to leave the motorcycle and drive a vehicle, but I still stayed with this motorcycle because I don't know whether I was pushing my luck or not, but I was enjoying it anyway. And provided you keep out of Tel Aviv, you're fairly safe. You know, the Arabs are okay, but it was the Jewish people. We did have Jewish people working in the camp. Well, the situation got so bad that the commander-in-chief of the army, he sent out an order of the day, I think you call it, where he said that all, what he called it, social intercourse between the British army and Jewish civilians has got to cease. You mustn't talk to them, use their shops, fraternise with them in any way. You know, they are pariahs. Well, it was largely academic because we'd already conferred that sanction on them ourselves long since, you see. But nevertheless, that's what happened, and from then on, they started